What's going on, guys? Sharif here, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can go from zero to hitting over $1,000 per day dropshipping. Because to be quite honest, if you're not already hitting at least $1,000 a day, you're falling behind because AI makes this crap so easy. I'm not going to show you how to do 100K, 200K, 300K in a month. It's going to be pretty simple, $1,000 a day. And once you're there, you can go from there. So worry about getting to step one first before you worry about all the bigger numbers. This is exactly what I've been doing for the past multiple years. Obviously, I've hit bigger numbers. I've done 16K in a day. I've done 41K in a week, 100K months, 200, 300K months. This stuff I've been doing for multiple years, 6 years now. You can see these results are from 2020. And you can see 100K in a month, 2020, 18K in a day, 10K in a day, 12K in a day. Again, back in 2020, I'm not a new guru who popped up. I've been in the game. I've been doing this. You can see me scheming dropshipping stores right here. Literally falling asleep, running up stores with my chopped haircut. So you guys can see I've been at this for a while. And to be quite honest, it's gotten me the life I've always dreamed of. I've been able to buy my dream cars, dream house, and literally even this warehouse that I'm recording this video out of is my dream warehouse. Dropshipping has changed my life, not only in that way, but now I have time freedom, location freedom. I could do whatever I want, whenever I want. But before I dive into all the technical stuff, there are a few beliefs I want to break down for you. And the first one is I need a winning product. You've probably heard this from every single guru, including me. And while this is true, technically you should be looking for a winning solution. This is way more important because at the end of the day, people are buying products not for the product itself, but for the solution that it solves. It benefits them and solves some sort of problem that they're dealing with. Instead of being on this consistent hamster wheel of looking for the next viral product, you want to start looking for products that actually have winning solutions and solve real legitimate problems in people's lives. And again, I'll show you actual examples of these products later in the video, but the next one is my product failed. A lot of you think your product is the issue when in reality, it's the offer and the creatives that actually failed. There's another belief that a lot of gurus just say that it's your product, switch the product, when in reality, if you tweak the offer just a tad bit or change the creatives, you might have a winner on your hands. And let me show you a real example of that. So if you have a product selling for $24.95 and let's just say it's not really hitting too well or doing so good, but you know it's a winning product, something you can change within the offer, something as small as literally tacking off $5 off the front end price and adding that on the back end as shipping. Not only does this get more add to carts and people through the funnel, but in the end, you're collecting the same amount of money as you would have otherwise. Now, this is just one simple tweak, but now because you charge for shipping, you can then tell your customers if they buy 2 or more, they will get free shipping, which then in return causes them to spend $40. And if they don't want to buy 2, they're gonna buy 1 and they'll still regardless pay the shipping. So this is a really good way and a good example of something that you could do with your offer to tweak it. So it's not always going to be your product's fault when something doesn't work out. Going to the next one is 1K a day is far. A lot of you guys think this isn't possible or it's very far. And let me just break it down. You're selling a $45 product. All you need to do is sell it to 24 customers per day, and you're at $1,000 per day. Obviously, it's not gonna be all profit, but this is how simple it is. And to break it down even further, there are over 3 billion with a B monthly active users on Facebook and Instagram, and you simply only need this small pocket of 24 people every single day buying a product that they're already looking for a problem they're already facing. So when you look at it that way, it's not really too hard, and you guys just need 24 of them to buy, which comes out to 1 person every hour. And again, there are 8 billion people in the world. So now that we have all this covered, let's go into the 3 pillars that you need to focus on, which number 1 being the product, number 2 being store, and number 3 being ads. There's a bunch of components that go into each one of these, but starting off with the product, this is where most people go wrong. They're looking for the next viral product, but in reality, you want to find something that solves a very painful problem. The more pain that this product solves and the faster it does it in, the more valuable this product is. So you want to make sure to go about it this way. And there are a few good niches I like to recommend everybody just getting into this. There's quite a few, honestly, but the top 3 I would stick to is pain relief, sleep and recovery, and health and beauty. Any type of supplement that is for recovery, anything that helps with sleep, anything with direct pain relief or health and beauty is really easy to market, and people can just see the difference immediately. Obviously, there are a ton of good niches, but those are some really easy ones for beginners to get into. And obviously within these niches, there's going to be hundreds, if not millions of different products. You want to make sure the product you're selling solves a real problem. It has multiple angles that you can sell it at. It has at least a $25 margin, a 3x markup. It's not available in every single store because if it was, there's no reason for people to buy it online. And as a bonus, it's something people can buy month over month, aka a subscription or a recurring type of product. So all of this leads to a product with a winning solution. And there's a few different examples I have here. Don't go out and sell these. There's a lot of competition for these specific solutions already. But how you can use this as an example is this product is a lymphatic draining and detox essentially. And the dream outcome that it solves is it improves overall circulation and does it from the inside. So it's internal cleansing. Now this was a quote unquote winning product. However, there are multiple different products that solve the same problem, aka multiple different winning solutions to this detox type of product. So you can see here there are herbal medication or ways to go about it. There's tinctures, granola bars, there's all these different ways. I simply looked this up on Amazon and was able to find colostrum powder, which again, I don't know what this colostrum word means, but it results in gut health and bloating. So this has 9K units bought in the past month. And again, it serves the same outcome. However, it's just another winning solution for the same outcome. So it's for gut health, bloating, skin and hair, and it's colostrum. I've never heard of this or seen this word, but it's another solution that people are now finding an appeal in. So this is an example of how you can find winning solutions. And here's another example. Everybody has seen these antifungal nail pens or whatever, and there might be creams or liquids or drops or these tapes. But what people might not have thought of yet is socks. So you can advertise bamboo socks as a solution for nail fungus. So this is just another example. And again, I can go on forever. This product I'm sure you guys have seen tightens loose skin. So under the arms, on your neck. And here are just a bunch of different versions of this. And they're all like creams, and everybody who are in the market for these have most likely seen these. But something that they haven't probably seen is this scar silicone tissue. This is actually something that solves the same product just in a different form, so that when somebody's dealing with this problem and comes across this, it will be a winning solution and something that interests them. This is actually a product that one of the students inside the program scaled and was able to scale it to 100K a month, funny enough. And there's a bunch of people crushing it in the program. You guys can see Joseph got his Shopify plaque. This guy was able to almost hit 100K a month. I think he did cross it recently. $500 in a day, 300K in a month, 2K in a day, literally endless results. This is just a snippet of them. But yeah, one of the students just simply scaled this in the program to 100K a month. And this is just another variation of another solution for the same problem. So hopefully that makes you guys understand the concept. And if you guys are interested in getting one-on-one help directly with the products that you choose, how you run the ads, how you set up your stores and everything, I'll leave a link to my one-on-one mentorship down below, which I recently opened. I have not done mentorship in the past 6 years of me doing ecom. I'm opening up some spots for this month, so you guys can click the link below if you are interested. But anyway, back to the video. How do we actually find these winning solutions? There's a few different ways, and the one you guys commonly know of is Calodata. I have nothing against this. This is a great resource and tool you can use, but if we peel the onion one layer back, all of Calodata's products comes from TikTok Shop. So we can directly do product research on TikTok Shop for products that might not have shown up on Calodata yet, or even Facebook ads library or Amazon. These are a bunch of different platforms that we can literally sit there and do product research for hours. So what I like to do is go on platforms like TikTok Shop, like Amazon, or even ads library and copy these keywords, which are all problem solving type of keywords. I'll leave a link to this document so you guys can view and copy all these keywords. And again, these are just different forms and deliveries of these solutions. There's health and benefit words, scientific words, and niche specific words. So we can open up Facebook ads library, which just shows a list of all the active ads on Facebook. And we can simply come here and copy one of these. So let's just copy formula because this is a little bit of a broad keyword. Okay, so once it loads, go over to filters and then change this to English. And then we can change media types to be videos and then go ahead and click apply. And now we can look through here and see what comes up. Okay, perfect. So after a bit of scrolling, I came across this eczema cream, and eczema is a really big problem a lot of people deal with. So you guys can see if we go over to the page right here, they're selling this eczema cream for $70. Crazy, crazy margins. So this right here is a winning solution. It doesn't have to be this exact product. You can find something similar on AliExpress. But if we go over to their page right here, you'll be able to see they're running 85 ads. And the solution here is eczema honey. So essentially eczema cream, which has been around for a while, is something that people already know about. But this is a different solution, aka eczema honey. So that's where the unique mechanism comes into play, and it's sort of a different solution for the same exact problem. And this is exactly what you want to look for. And if we open their similar web, you can see they're getting around 65,000 visitors a month. So these guys are absolutely printing. And you could do the same exact product research method on Amazon. So we can go ahead and copy the word restore, for example, go into Amazon, paste it. And as we're scrolling, we can see there's a lot of different products, but we want to look for something that's more newly listed with not too many reviews, but a bunch of units bought in the past month. So you can see this has 55,000 reviews, meaning it's probably been around for quite a bit. But if we keep scrolling and come across something like this, which is potassium citrate capsules, this is something that might not be as poppin' and might be a new winning solution for muscle and heart health. And you can see if we go to this Viking nutrition store, this is their best selling product. This is what their whole store is about, and this is what they're making almost 100K a month with. So these potassium citrate capsules are now technically a winning solution. And if we go over and copy this and go over to Google Trends and just type in a search for this and go to worldwide and go to 2004 present, you can see we literally found a winning solution that is currently winning. You can see how much of a spike this has had. And then you can start advertising this product through Facebook ads, and this isn't something that's going to be on your regular Callo data or whatever. And if we go over to ads library and search this exact thing to see if there's other people selling this, we can literally see from first glance, there is nobody actually advertising this product. Actually, there is this one person right here, and their pricing is very weird. I'm not too sure how they're going about doing this, but if we go over to SimilarWeb, you can see they just started popping off. So this is a proven concept, potassium citrate. It's literally popping off on Amazon. It's popping off on Google Trends. So again, I'll leave a link to these keywords down below, but you also want to ask yourself a few questions. So does your product solve a problem? Obviously, you want that to be a given. Now you want to ask, is it an emotional or visible problem? Is it pain that people actually feel themselves or can physically see or feel? If the answer is no, then you want to probably skip it. If yes, then are there multiple ways to fix it? Are there already existing solutions on the market that maybe they've tried and just hasn't worked? If the answer is no, it might be too new of a market. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. So make sure this is a yes, and then move on to, are people actively buying? Is there real demand for whether it's gut health or toe fungus or acne or pimple? If there's people already spending money on solutions for this product, then that's typically a good sign. Are there bad reviews or weak results or already options that people are disappointed with? If the answer is no, drop. If it's yes, move forward. This one's a little weird. You don't always want to be super harsh. Is there a new mechanism or angle? Is there a new reason why it works? Is it different from the already existing solutions? If the answer is yes, move forward. And is it easy to show in ads? Can you easily make a hook? Can you easily get the message across in your ads? And will the target demographic understand what you're speaking about? If it's yes, most likely it is a product that you want to test. So again, we want to forget that mindset of looking for winning products, and we want to convert over to looking for winning solutions. So after you have your product, we're going to move on to the next pillar, which is basically the store. This is short for a reason. You don't need this to take long. This step should not take long at all. Speed is way better than perfection. You don't want to make everything perfect and try to be all goody two shoes with the store. You want speed to be the main goal here. What most people do is just spend a ton of time, over design, delay the launch. When you find something that works, you want to launch that same day. Here's the system I use. I use Store Launch for the store builder. It's going to make a simple product page that's nice and still high converting. I literally used it in the previous challenge video and was able to scale a store to over $1,000 a day. So you can simply install Store Launch. I'll leave a link to that below. And literally all we do is go over and copy the product link, go to our store and paste the product link and click Launch Store. And it's going to build out a whole product page for you. So once you have the product, building the product page in the store for it should not be your worry at all. That is probably one of the most easiest steps that you can do. So once it loads, you'll have all these images. Again, it doesn't have to be this exact product. You can find a similar product with the same concept. I'm just using this for example purposes. So you can choose to remove any images if you want, continue to preview, and you can see it will build a whole store. You can choose the color that you want for it, and we can go ahead and click publish store, and it's just gonna create everything for you in one shot. All right, so it made us this high quality product page, and this is ready to launch and run ads to. Obviously, you don't want to use this exact product. I'm just using this for example purposes, but the store should not take long at all, and with AI, it's so simple. Back when I started, I would have to manually create everything, and it would take literally an hour, 2-3 hours. Once you find a product, you're ready to launch in literally minutes now. So that's why this pillar for building the store is not really too long. There's not much to it. Once you find a product, you can launch. I'll leave a link to store launch for those who want to use it down below. But going on to the next one, which is ads. Once you have your product and you have your store built around it, all you need to do is test using existing clips in the beginning. Once that works and you actually prove that concept, move over to edited and AI creatives, and then you can go to image ads, or technically you can even start with image ads. And after you run through all these, you can then move over to UGC content, shipping your product out to creators, and getting fully custom content as the last step. Because again, it is going to be more on the expensive side, but with these solutions, you can get a lot of content for very cheap. So the structure that I like to have once you have your videos is literally having one campaign at $100 per day with 3 to 5 different ad sets, and then having 3 to 5 different creatives underneath each of these ad groups. So 3 to 5 ad groups with 3 to 5 ads within each one. And you want to let your creatives do the targeting. You're not going to set any interests. And while interests still actually do work, in the beginning, you want to keep it broad. Let Facebook's AI do all the work for you. And later on, you can implement interest targeting if you do feel so. And a few things that are sort of red flags, or if you're getting high CPCs, not really too many add to carts, especially in the beginning, and there's no really sign of healthy demand for the product. I have a full Facebook ads guide for those of you who want to get more in depth, but this is essentially the basic setup you want to go about in the beginning. The one thing I will say is don't kill things too early. If there's one bad day that you're having, don't get emotional and kill it, because it could just be that one day. Now, scaling, if you do have something that works, for example, let's say for this campaign, your ad set number 1 flops, ad set number 2 flops, and you have ad set number 3 that surprisingly actually started working and getting you sales. Then you can go ahead and duplicate this ad set and make more based off what works. So out of these videos right here, maybe this one and this one will work. In this new ad set, you want to make 5 more creatives similar to the one that works. 3 to 5 doesn't really matter. And so you want to have a good foundation of ad sets. You want to have multiple ad sets with multiple creatives that are actually giving you a profitable return. And while you're doing all this, you also want to go ahead and increase budgets. So if you're starting at $100 a day and you have a few winning ad sets with some good creatives, raise your budget to $250. As you're still doing this, continuously always add more creatives, then raise it to 500, and then raise it to 1,000 plus. I'm not going to go too in depth on scaling, but this is just a very simple and structured way for you guys to follow. And while you're doing this, again, very important, while you're scaling and raising budgets, you always want to continuously test new creatives and new angles for the product. Never stay stagnant. That's how you lose in this game. So whether that means continuously testing and adding images, new videos, new styles of videos, videos with voiceovers, animation videos, continuously add new videos and keep raising budgets. And simply said, that's literally how this is going to work. It's really not too hard, especially with AI. And literally all the students, people who have never dropshipped before, start seeing success. Joseph started literally with no experience and now has a $10,000 order Shopify plaque. Kuyu is literally at 100K per month. This is recent results too. These aren't old results from last year. So if you guys are interested in joining the inner circle, I'll leave a link down below, opening up a few spots for this month, taking on a few more students. If you guys want access to store launch, I'll leave a link to that as well. And I'll leave a document for the product research keywords for you guys as well. But anyway, hopefully you guys got value out of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.